All right, let me give you a breakdown of how this tornado ended up working. It's pretty, I think it looks pretty neat. Okay, so we'll just break it down by each particle system. First off, the main mesh I use this for like half the elements here, is just this tornado swirly mesh. It's just a simple like cylinder made and distorted and then rotated, so it's got a, kind of the swirling UVs. Because if I pause it, you can see the UVs. I got some scrolling texture going on in there. Um, and we've got some nice edge cutout here and a little bit of Fresnel on the edges. These noise textures, I make some of them, but there's this all-in-one VFX toolkit thing. I just bought it. It's like $10. Saves so much time if you just have a bunch of textures already made, so you don't have to worry about making them yourself. So I recommend that if you have the budget. Anyways, so this one's fairly simple. You will notice this is just the front end. I do have a separate one for the back here. So together, they do have the same all the same settings, except for one is front and one is back. So if I click on them, you can see nothing changed. There might be something that changed, but yeah, just a very small value there changed, and maybe some color tweaks. But basically, you want them to be the same. So then, you got to restart. So then they line up perfectly, and you can kind of see it. The bits wrap around each other perfectly, which looks really cool. So that's easy. Then the particle systems have all the same values. They just rotate at the same speed, so it looks cool. All right, solid insight. You got to have one of these where it's just got kind of the edges are darker and you got the middle bright part. I don't know why you need to have one of these, but they look cool, so you got to have one. This is just using the Fresnel stuff again, and scrolling textures. There's nothing too crazy here. Larger outside, just another version of this, just with the cutout. I use the same material, actually. I just use the custom data here to give me a more harsh cutout. So, yeah, looks cool. Larger back. It's the same thing. These two should line up. Yeah. It's a little bit harder to tell with them. You could probably even just make another material and turn culling off altogether. Okay, this one. I don't know if this is the strongest particle system here. We've got a. Oops, I don't want that one. I want this one. I guess that one's can be useful. Basically, we've got like a. I don't know, some sort of like cone mesh thing with stuff rotating and cutting out. We use the where is it? Cutout from Vertex Colors. So the it's got Vertex Colors fading on it. Yeah. Lightning. I like lightning. Who knows if it fits a tornado super well, but whatever. We've got some simple lightning. This is just from that pack I mentioned. Using it cutout. We use the main textures grayscale. That didn't even toggle. Maybe you don't even need it because you've got it's rocking the cutout texture value stuff. So this is just how you, and then we've got just a little pulse in there. You can see the gradient has so you got a little flash of lightning there, which looks nice. Yeah, I don't think there's anything too complicated here. That's how that part works. We've got an outer swirl. You've seen this before. Something rotates around and has got little scrolling textures on it. I mean, it's I do use like a cutout thing here. It's not that fancy. It's a little fancy, I guess. We got a cutout texture, and we use vertex colors to apply to the cutout. So then it and then we got a scrolling cutout. So if we pause this here, you can see that's actually the cutout texture scrolling. The main text does scroll too, but you can't really see it because it's so dark. You can kind of see it now that it's stopped, and it's going the wrong direction. But it's such a small element, you can't really even see the main texture. Okay, then we got this one. It's kind of the same thing. It just blends, just another flat mesh with vertex colors, the donut, just so it blends there and you don't see the harsh edge of this, because I don't like harsh edges, except for like on the edge here when it feels like it should have a harsh edge, or on the tornado where tornadoes aren't sharp, but it looks cool when it's sharp, so we're taking it. Let's see, down to main outside. What's this element? Okay, yeah, then we've got basically what I was trying to do here. Just having some more swirling stuff. It swirls with the main thing, so you can kind of see it follows a tornado route around. And yeah, I don't. It's just more scrolling textures with dissolve maps on them. I don't know what to say. This one's not even from the dissolve map. It's just from this. We got some distortion. Yeah, cool. Smoke. This one, we've just got 4 here, so you got a little variety. You could even do this like a 2 here, and then bump it up to 4 and 4, so you got even more variety. If you do that, just make sure you've got kind of a random amount of distortion here. 1 by 1's fine. Mask texture, because if I didn't have this, I was getting some harsh seams on the edges. So I just slap a mask in there, so it works nice. Got soft particles so that they blend with the ground. I think I've got some more smoke down here that does that. Yeah, so you can see we don't have harsh edges on the ground, which is always nice. All right, large outside, same thing. This is a little hard to see, but basically it follows the exact, if we just look at like these ones, you can see it follows it perfectly, so it blends nice. This is just the back of that. Come on, there we go. And then we've got this kind of, this one's invisible, but what this one does is it carries this lightning. It swirls around. It's pretty low rate of emission, just want it every once in a while. So basically this one's just the swirling one, and then it has this, oh yeah, it does have a trail. And then it drops just a subemitter for the lightning here. Then we've got lightning down in the bottom section to go with the, you know, kind of complements the lightning that's going on up there. We got some big lightning strikes. These are using stretched billboards so that they can go in a direction like this. And the just a lightning texture. It's tiled multiple times, so we can get random offset here. The way I did this, I could have set a random value on this, so it's like picks a random offset here. And I could still do that. Like, it doesn't hurt anything if I just set the random between two constants to like 10. I don't know. But the way I did it was making multiple texture sheets. Basically, what we're doing here is we're tiling this by 10, then we're cutting it into 3, and pick a random one of those 3 every time you create one. Then we just got a mask so that it fades out at the top nicer. Yeah, we just got some lightning sparks. I did give it 2 gradients here so that you got a little bit of variety in the way that it sparks. Okay, next up, got another one of these, just kind of a mix of swirlies. I seem to have a lot of these. Smoke, we like smoke. This is flat smoke. This one mainly is just there to keep it, to give us a mostly black inside, because without it, just disable it, you can kind of see it kind of feels anemic down there, like there's not enough stuff in there. So you just turn that on, you can kind of give yourself a black ground there, and it feels a lot better. Outer edge top, this one is just this. If you noticed it already, good eye, but if you didn't, basically what we're doing is we're just masking this little, it doesn't look great up here. I didn't love how this turns out, so you just add that there, and then it kind of just covers that. Not if you're at a top angle, but if you're viewing it from kind of this side. When you're making VFX, you really got to consider where your camera is. I was just making this kind of for fun, didn't really have a camera in mind, so just kind of from the side, basically. Okay, and then last thing, we've just got little swirlies. Every VFX needs a little sparkly, swirly thingies. Nothing too crazy here. I have it with random kind of particles there. You can kind of see that some of them are shaped a little different, but it's not that noticeable. These are using stretch billboards too, so that they fly around nicely. Yeah, so that's kind of a breakdown for this. This effect, nothing too, like I kind of just use the same effects over and over, and you just layer it nicely, and it looks good. That's kind of the idea here. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully it's helpful for you along your VFX journey. See you next time.